Hi, amigos. Welcome one, welcome all. It's time for another exciting edition of The Show with No Name on Vaughn Radio. Now get ready for liftoff.
10,
Come on.
9, 8, 7,
Countdown with me, folks.
5,
4, 3.
2,
Come on.
0. Ignition. Liftoff. Liftoff. 30 minutes after the hour.
Get ready. Hold on to your hat. Strap on your seatbelt. Fasten your seatbelts. Hold on to your hat.
And get ready for the ride of your life.
The show with no name time.
On Vaughn Radio.
It's the show with no name.
Let's go. Welcome, Show with No Namers, Vaughn Radio listeners. It's a pleasure to have you on board with us, rocking and rolling. That's what we do. All this while we teach you some English. Oh, yeah. So on behalf of all of us, en nombre de todos, thank you so much for joining us and choosing to learn and laugh with us day after day, week after week, month after month, year after year. And you know what? That's what it takes to master a language. Day after day, week after week, month after month, year after year. And in some cases, my case with your language, decade after decade. Wow, I feel old. So welcome to your English show where we play, we laugh, we learn. I challenge you all throughout the show. And most of all, we have a good time. Time flies when we spend this 2-hour time period together sharing. And it's not just me sharing with you guys. A lot of times you guys share stuff with us. Hey, Alberto, se dice así, se dice asá, se dice, right? So as you know, you've got tons of other amazing programs here on Vaughn Radio as well. If you have the free downloaded Vaughn Radio app on your phone, totally free, well, you can learn English anywhere and everywhere. So tune in. It's Vaughn Radio. All right, well, let's kick things off. Arrancamos. We'll rev our engines. We will rev our engines today with the Say What soundbite. Say what? All right, the Say What soundbite. Also, I want to remind you guys, if you'd like to participate in our question of the week, like Alberto, Cristina Chicago, Anix, and Alfonso have already done, well, you can send me a 1-minute voice note. You can send it to my email address, alonso@grupovaughn.com. That's right. alonso@grupovaughn.com. Keep it at around a minute. Introduce yourself. Hola, soy tal. My name is tal. And I'm a thrifty person. Or I like to splurge. That means to spend a lot of money. So, which one are you? Are you thrifty? Are you somebody who is, well, this is a negative one, a penny pincher? Thrifty doesn't have a negative connotation. But a penny pincher? Oh, yeah. Absolutely. There's no doubt about it. So we look forward to hearing from you. Remember, we're going to do it this week on Thursday. Since Friday is a holiday, it's Labor Day, Día del Trabajador, right? So send it to me before the end of the day on Wednesday. Again, if you send it to me on Thursday, I can't guarantee that it's going to get on the air. Also, I think a week is more than enough, right? I let you guys know last Thursday about this question of the week. So, I mean, if you can't figure it out in a week, you are a really busy person. So, and English is not one of your priorities, at least speaking English, which I don't know. I don't know if you have too many other opportunities to use your spoken English. So jump on this opportunity, make the most of it. And the best part about it is not only that you get to practice English speaking, but you also get feedback. So we can improve the way you sound, improve your self-confidence. And that's everything. Honestly, that's the key, not only to English speaking, but to any kind of speaking, public speaking, right? That's the key. That's self-confidence. So keep up the great work. You know who you are. And those of you who don't participate, hey, I get it. You're busy people and you don't need to practice your English speaking. That's great. Congratulations, because you are in a totally different category than the majority of students, at least here in Spain. So kudos if you've got the whole speaking thing down pat and you don't need to practice. For the rest of you, including myself in Spanish, for the rest of us, well, you get that opportunity to speak at least once a week, which is not very much. If you think about how many minutes there are in a week, well, speaking one of those minutes is not a lot, but it's enough to get you comfortable with speaking in English. And then, as I said, getting some feedback along the way. Also, folks, a quick reminder, it's officially around the corner. It's our Vaughn Radio Trivia Night. It is on the 5th of May 5th, and it's going to be taking place at the Toast Tap Room where we normally have it, and it's going to be hosted by Rob Grams and Andy Vaughn, the hosts of our awesome show here on Vaughn Radio, The Lunchtime Show. So don't miss it. It's going to be an awesome evening. I'll be there with bells on. Con muchísimas ganas estaré. The 5th of May, 2026. And I think it might be the second to last one until the summer break, because normally July and August, we don't do trivia nights because, well, Madrid empties out, se vacía. And in fact, I love it. Go. So it's a great event. So we have May 5th, and then I'm sure there'll be one in June. And then, we'll be back usually in September, maybe even October, because early September is quite hectic. So make the most of it, because we don't know when the next one is going to be. In all probability, it will be in June. But then after that, we usually take 2 or 3 months off. 2 o 3 meses libre de los trivias. All right, so get on over there. Oh, and remember, in English, we don't call them trivials. Yeah, if something is trivial, it's baladí. But why are you guys arguing about that? It's very trivial. It's very petty. Algo que no debería tener más importancia. So we don't call it a trivial. We call it a trivia night, o más nativo aún, pub quiz. Right? Pub, porque es en un pub. And a quiz, porque es un mini examen, un juego. So check it out if you've never been. It's an awesome event, another opportunity for you to use your spoken English and also meet friends with similar interests, also hang out with your teachers and have a bite to eat and something to drink and call it a night. Y te vas a casa. You go home with a big smile on your face. At least I do. All right. Well, let's listen to today's Say What soundbite. As you know, the Say What soundbite is where we hear from a famous person. And you guys have to kind of tell me what you heard in your best English. Hopefully, you'll be able to tell me what you heard word for word. Here it is, your Say What soundbite for the first time.
2 of anything on me.
Anything?
And you know what else I've been thinking about? Your birthday. 25's a big one. We got to do it up right. So I'm thinking we should rent a big old car, roll on down to Atlantic City.
Listen carefully. Can you hear that? No. Listen closer. I'm not talking about the birds chirping. I'm talking about everybody speaking English and feeling comfortable. Listen. This is what it's like at Vaughan Town, a peaceful place where you can really learn English and lose your inhibitions. There's a reason it's one of our star programs. Vaughan Town. Lose your fear of speaking English. If you want more information about this immersive experience, go to grupovaughan.com or give us a call, 911-385831. Lose your fear of speaking English and express yourself with clarity at Vaughan Town. Pop quiz. Pop quiz. Pop quiz. Pop quiz. Pop quiz. Yeah. Let's go. Pop quiz. Pop quiz. Pop quiz. Pop quiz. Pop quiz. That's right, amigos. Welcome to your pop quiz. As you know, the pop quiz is where we take a look at one of the materials at Vaughan Tienda and, well, introduce you to that material and also have you listen to it and learn from it. That's the most important part, that last part, because if you listen to it and you don't learn anything from it, well, you know, what are we doing here? What are we doing? So this is just to make sure you learn English from all our different materials. And in fact, I got an email from Rob Grams, and he says, folks, we've got tons of deals going on over at the Vaughan Tienda. So if you go to our website, grupovaughan.com, then you go to Tienda Vaughan, and then you go to outlet. Now, I've tried it. I can't, from my browser, I can't do it. I don't know why. Maybe you guys will have more luck than I do, but it gives me the 404 message, and I've already let Rob know, but it seems like nobody else is having that problem. So I guess my internet detected something there and said, nope, not going into this page over here. But it is, I did it, I was able to access it from my phone. So let me know. Hopefully you guys can check it out as well. But there are some seriously awesome deals. For example, you've got some books that are available. Are you ready for this? For €1. $1. You say pavo, right? We say $1 for €1. You've got complete packs, like study courses, self-study courses for €37. courses such as Objetivo Inglés, the Vaughn Certified Completo, Speak English Now, Inglés en 10 Pasos, books I didn't even know we had. Well, guys, we've got a lot of materials, and I don't know them all, but there are so many awesome deals going on right now, and these are end of the school year deals that we've got. So go over, or you can maybe, if you Google, let's try that. Let's see if it lets me go in there. Vaughan Outlet, porque no me deja entrar desde la página Vaughan. So it lets me go to, no, nada, Vaughan, Ontario. Nope. The SEO, what do you call that? Vaughan, Ontario, well, they took the cake there. So llevan la palma. Well, either way, if you can access it, you can find some really awesome deals, from kids' books to complete courses to everything under the sun. And again, these books were already at an awesome price. So if you just add in now the fact that they're, $1, $37, I mean, we're talking about pennies, especially for what you get out of it, because especially you guys who make the most of, well, everything, every little book that you read, every article you read, every podcast you listen to. So I know that you guys will make the most of it. So go on over. If you go to grupovon.com, go to the section that says Tienda and then Outlet banner. And good luck. See what you can pick up. I'm sure for like $50, you can get like a lot of different materials. And that's wonderful as well. Well, if you're looking for, birthday gifts, any kind of gift like that, communion, graduation, well, that's a really, really good deal. I mean, anything. What these days costs $1? Dime algo que hoy en día cuesta €1. Exactly. Not even a cup of coffee. And you can get books, complete books with audio for €1. As I said, it's our end of the school year sale. Well, because we know everybody's going on summer vacation within a couple months. Not yet, but within a month or two, people are going to start heading out on vacation, and we want to make sure you've got the materials you need to continue learning English all summer long. All right, amigos, check it out. Let me see. In fact, Rob sent me, maybe I can send you the link here. Give me a second here. And maybe if I send it to you, you can open it here in the group. Let's see. Promociones, copy. All right. Now I'm going to send it to my email address. And then what we'll do there is, send it to you guys. And hopefully you can open it. I couldn't in my Google browser, but I haven't tried in the other ones. Honestly, I have Firefox and other ones as well. But hopefully you guys will be able to open it up. All right. So as always, we're going to listen to a little audio clip from one of our many materials. Today, we're going to take a look at Business English. This is a book that was written by my buddy, Kyle Miller. And Business English is the Bible, as I call it, the English Bible. It's awesome. ¿Ves? Aquí sí que me deja abrirlo. Ok, con este link, pero no a través de la página web en sí. All right. Well, you know what? I just shared the link with you. It's grupovon.com, Vaughan Tienda, Promociones. Well, 54. It's a long link. I can't read it to you. I just shared it with you. And of course, if you are a little tech savvy, you can find the link yourself. All right, amigos. But today we're going to be taking a look at, again, Business English. This is a book by my buddy, Kyle Miller. He is not just an amazing English teacher and person, but he also holds an MBA. So he knows his stuff. Sabe de lo que habla. All right, so everybody listen carefully. And of course, since this is a quiz, un examen, I will have some questions for you afterwards.
Marketing Translation List 1.
Muchos factores influyen en la conducta del cliente.
Many factors influence customer behavior.
¿Cómo podemos influir en su comportamiento?
How can we influence their behavior?
¿Cómo podemos conseguir que compren nuestros productos?
How can we get them to buy our products?
¿Cuál es el ciclo vital de este producto?
What's the life cycle of this product?
Las creencias y actitudes cambian con el tiempo.
Beliefs and attitudes change over time.
Los líderes de opinión tienen una gran influencia.
Opinion leaders have great influence.
Los matrimonios toman decisiones en conjunto.
Married couples make joint decisions.
Vamos a preparar un tríptico.
We're going to prepare a 3-page leaflet.
La gente no entenderá el mensaje.
The people won't understand the message.
El tipo de letra es demasiado pequeño.
The print type is too small.
Vamos a llenar la ciudad de vallas publicitarias.
We're going to fill the city with billboards.
No creo en la publicidad mediante vallas.
I don't believe in billboard advertising.
¿Cuáles son las tarifas publicitarias?
What are the advertising rates?
Las palabras representan una fuerza poderosa.
Words are a powerful force.
¿Cómo puedo conseguir que este anuncio resalte?
How can I make this ad come alive?
Tu anuncio tiene que ser más específico.
Your ad has to be more specific.
Tu anuncio no debe sonar como un anuncio.
Your ad shouldn't sound like an ad.
Tenemos que llegar a cuanta más gente mejor.
We have to reach as many people as possible.
Nadie se va a fijar en tus vallas publicitarias.
Nobody's going to notice your billboards.
Tenemos que hacernos notar.
We have to get ourselves noticed.
Tenemos que conectar con la mente del cliente.
We have to connect with the mind of the customer.
Esto nos va a llevar a la ruina.
This is going to lead you to your ruin.
Dale lo que quiere en vez de lo que necesita.
Give him what he wants instead of what he needs.
Los resultados de la campaña son desalentadores.
The results of the campaign are disappointing.
Estoy decepcionado con los resultados.
I'm disappointed with the results.
All right, there we go, folks. Some really good vocabulary. We heard some adjectives, some nouns, some verbs, and even if you don't do business, it's stuff we need to know, like darse cuenta, no? Percibir. I mean, these are verbs that we need to know even if we're not in the business world. Verbs we need to know in everyday life. Folks, we're going to take a quick commercial break right now. But when we come back, we're going to take a look at some of the vocabulary from Kyle's book, Business English. Again, go over to grupovon.com and take a look at all the special deals that we've got. This way, you've got tons of reading material for the summer and listening material. Look, the Curso de Inglés Definitivo Business, you got to be kidding me. 22 euros. Whoa, we're giving it away. Lo estamos regalando. Like the Red Hot Chili Peppers. Give it away, give it away, give it away now. Vaughn's giving it away, giving it away, giving it away now. Wow. English for sports, €6.25. I mean, you can't even get lunch for that. And as I said, look at this. Stuff, which is a show. Stuff is a show we did. You can get the whole collection of videos for €5.20. Habla inglés como un nativo, €3.16. We're talking about pennies on the dollar. Como decimos en inglés, peanuts. Poca cosa. So take advantage of these awesome deals. Folks, we'll be right back with much more. So stick around. Welcome back, folks. Welcome back. This is part 2 of today's show with no name here on Vaughn Radio. Thank you so much for joining us today. It is both an honor and a pleasure to teach you English. And don't forget about all the other amazing programs here on Vaughn Radio. The Pro Bow Show with Rob Grams. No Excuses with Fitz. The Hour to Empower with Jessica Fernandez. The Salad with Dave Boys. Let's Get Random with Jules Linares. Speak English with Ruby. The Lunchtime Show with Rob and Andy. Speaking with Confidence with Ale. All of these amazing shows here on Vaughn Radio. And remember, when people ask you, why do you speak English so well? That's your cue to say, have you heard of Vaughn Radio? Here, give me your phone. I'll download the app for you for free. And believe me, they'll thank you. Once they get hooked and they realize that English is not this big ugly monster, and it's a very doable, asequible. It's a very doable language. All right, my amigos, tons and tons of stuff to do over here. So let's kick things off with your Say What soundbite. But I'll tell you what, before, let me give you the challenges for today's pop quiz. The first one, valla publicitaria. Use it in context. Valla publicitaria. In fact, I always remember the bull ones, los de los toros, no, that are all over Spain. It used to be like a brandy company, como una empresa de Jerez, if I remember, de licor, something like this. And then they painted over all of it. Osborne, that's it. Osborne, you say, right? So, yeah, you guys have your own branding of these vallas publicitarias. So that's the first word. As always, use it in context. A lo mejor es algo que no te gusta. Hay mucha gente que no le gusta. You're driving down a nice, beautiful, rural road, and there you got, hey, láser. And you're like, yeah, cool, but not here. It kind of ruins the view, if you will. And then, we've got the vallas publicitarias like in Times Square that are digital screens, right? Those are pretty crazy because they can change constantly in front of your eyes, and they dance and change colors. So those really, if it's about, capturing your attention, that'll do it. So the first one, valla publicitaria, you call it. The next one, tarifa. Hey, there's another one that has to do with Spain. Tarifa is a port city, right, in the south of Spain, Cádiz. Tarifa. I'm not talking about the city. I'm talking about la tarifa. Cobro una tarifa. ¿Cuál es la tarifa? All right, that is number 2. As always, use it in a context where you would use it normally. All right, and the last one, Kyle talked about companies being ruined, arruinados. So I want to know if you know how to say bancarrota o declararse en bancarrota. All right. There are many ways to express it in English, so we'll see which ones you guys know. All right. Those are your challenges. They're coming out of Kyle's book, Business English, an amazing resource that you can pick up at Von Tienda. And as I said, while you're there, take a look at all the special deals we've got going on right now. I'm telling you, €1 for a book with audio? Are you kidding me? Give me 5. And the thing is, there are five or six different books that are available for €1. I mean, that is a giveaway. Eso es, vamos, un regalo. All right, so the first one, valla publicitaria. The number 2 one is tarifa. And the third one is bancarrota, o mejor usar el verbo, declararse en bancarrota. Those are your challenges in today's pop quiz. Good luck. I see we've got some comments rolling in over here as well, so we'll be checking in with our students in just a moment. But first, I'm going to give you the Say What soundbite for the second time.
2 of anything on me.
Anything?
And you know what else I've been thinking about? Your birthday. 25's a big one. We got to do it up, right? So I'm thinking we should rent a big old car, roll on down to Atlantic City.
Hey, Damian, what's crack-a-lackin', buddy?
Hey, Alberto, I was planning to do some sports this week. What about playing baseball?
Ooh, baseball. I love it. But I'm not sure yet. Can we touch base next week?
Touch base. Estamos en contacto, ¿no? Hablamos en algún momento. Yeah, okay. Let's touch base. Okay, what about basketball? Do you want to play basketball?
Oh, man, I love basketball. It's one of my favorite sports. But I don't know if I can this weekend because I've already got plans. Oh, man, that's the way the ball bounces.
That's the way the ball bounces. Así están las cosas, ¿no? Así bota la pelota. Así bota la pelota. That's the way the ball bounces. I love that expression. Okay, what about tennis? Do you want to play tennis?
Well, I love tennis, but I'm not really a good player. If you don't mind playing with a novice, the ball's in your court, buddy.
La bola está en mi campo, ¿eh? La pelota está en mi tejado. All right. Do you want to play some soccer?
Sure, I'd love to play some soccer or football, as you call it. What time do we kick off?
Perfect. We're kicking off at 9. Are you available?
Sure, but I might have to play some golf before with some friends. It's par for the course.
It's par for the course. Es lo normal, ¿no? Es lo normalito, lo que se hace.
Mhm.
Okay, what about billiards? Do you like playing billiards?
Yeah, but right now I'm behind the 8 ball.
I'm behind the 8 ball. Estás detrás de la bola de 8, como que llevas las de perder.
Yeah, wow, a lot of idiomatic expressions here.
Muy buenas expresiones. Si es que así de gusto aprender inglés con un profe como Alberto y un poquito de creatividad, tienes This Book is the Shit. El mejor libro para aprender inglés que te has echado a la cara in your life. Píllatelo, vas a disfrutar mogollón de dibujos para que lo aprendas todo fácil, con conexiones lógicas y divertidas. Es la manera más sencilla y más divertida de aprender inglés. No te la pierdas.
Damián, you're such a good sport. Te enrollas. You can pick up your copy of This Book is the Shit at
Vaughantienda.com.
It's the Shit. That's right, amigos. This book is the shit. Now, that one is not on special right now. Well, it's one of our newer ones, obviously. But I still, you know what? Honestly, I think it's $1 or $2 cheaper than it was when it came out. Honestly, I don't keep track. No mantengo la cuenta. I don't have time to go looking at that stuff. But I'm pretty sure, I think when it came out, it was like $17.95, and now it's $60, something like that. So even our latest, greatest materials even have a discount, but you're not going to get that one for €1, naturally, But hey, take a look around. As I said, take a look around and see what you come up with. And hopefully you guys will find something. No, not hopefully. I know you'll find something that suits you, especially at that price. I mean, let's see. Aprende inglés con canciones, something I know you guys love to do. €3.15. Let's see. Aprende inglés con imágenes. €5.95. This book is the Mini Milk. In fact, they took the word mini off there. Well, this is the Mini Milk. It's an abridged version, a shorter version, €3.15. I mean, that's amazing. Vaughn Certified English, a complete course, €39.17. Inglés en 10 pasos, €52. I mean, we're talking about some serious deals. Gulliver's Travels, €3.16. Let's see, what else? Vocabulary booklets. You can get vocabulary booklets or translation booklets for €1.60. I'm talking about, some of the greatest deals you're going to find on any books, not just Vaughn books. Let's see, what else have we got? For the kids, the Do-Dums, €6.25. Búscate la vida en UK, $3.50. Sudoku, that's good for grandma and grandpa. You can pick up Sudoku sentences and vocabulary. Each of those costs €1.60. So like I said, you can go over there and spend under $20 and get a pile of books. Take advantage of this because I don't know how long this offer is going to last. Another one, Objetivo Inglés Pack Completo. It's a complete study, a self-study course. It's available for €39.17. Again, I just shared the link with you over there. And, well, hopefully you guys will take advantage of these special offers that we've got going on right now. All right, but today we're taking a look at something from Kyle Miller's book, Business English. And I see we've got some students here with us. We're going to check in and see who's in the house. Born to Iron Man, checking in, our ambassador, if you will. And he says, hi there, BTI present. Born to Iron Man present. Great to have you with us, Born to Iron Man. And I am still eagerly awaiting your audio for question of the week. All right, great to have you. There's Chris Valrol back in action. She says, hiya, fantastic show with no-namers. I missed you. What an amazing show last Friday. Thank you. Thank you. I don't remember the show because, I don't remember what I had for breakfast. But thank you. Thank you very much. I'm sure we had a great time and we heard from all of you guys. It always makes Friday very special too, because you don't just hear me, you hear from your fellow students as well. And again, if you guys would like to participate in this week's question of the week, don't sleep on it. Don't do it. I'm telling you now that it's not Friday. It's Thursday that we're doing it. So if you normally send it to me Thursday, it's too late this week. Then after the holiday, we'll go back to Fridays. But this week, we're doing it on Thursday. All right. So if you'd like to participate, just bear that in mind. Let's see. Chris has got something to say regarding our Say What soundbite. All right. Let's see, Chris, because I think this is a tough one. But let's see if you were able to make some sense of it. Chris says, I heard two American women talking in what sounded like a scene from a movie. So far, so good. Muy bien, Chris. She says, one of them said she was paying for everything. And I think she mentioned something about a road trip. Absolutely. Good ear. Good ear. Excellent job, Chris. Wow. I thought it was harder, but you just proved to me that it's doable. See that? It's funny how you never know. Some days when I think it's easy, nobody gets it. And some days when I'm like, oye, es difícil. Mira, fíjate. Not for Chris. Let's see. Chris has also got something to say about our pop quiz. Let's see. She says, when I hear billboard, I think of the movie 3 Billboards Outside Ebbing, Missouri. Oh, peliculón. What a great movie. Ahora, ¿cómo se llama en español? Seguro que es como un policía cachondo loco. I don't know. Well, it's great. It's an excellent movie. Frances McDormand, Woody Harrelson. Excellent movie. 3 Billboards Outside Ebbing, Missouri. The next one, she says, I'm looking for a very competitive electricity rate that won't bankrupt me. Good luck. Oh, man. Good luck. Good luck. Yeah. But great. A rate. Okay. What are your rates? Okay. Well, the rate is tanto. La tarifa. Okay. The rate for the English classes is tanto por hora. Those are the going rates. De hecho, si ponemos la palabra going, actuales. The going rate for a 1-hour massage is, okay, rate. Que también to rate is valorar algo, right? A lot of times they say, rate the show, give it 5 stars. And the noun is a rating, una valoración. So it's tasa, índice, in that case, the birth rate, the death rate, right? The unemployment rate. Those are some examples with it as tasa or índice. Then you've got the price or the fee, tarifa, precio, honorario. What is your rate? Otra forma de decir rate también en este significado es fee, F-E-E, right? Also rate, ritmo. He works at a fast rate, right? So this is a very, very, very common word. It's got many, many uses. In fact, we even talk about it in movies, speaking of 3 Billboards Outside Ebbing, Missouri. This movie is rated R, right? In English, we have rated G, general audiences, PG, PG-13, and R. And I think there's NC-17. I don't know. Well, those are the ratings. This movie is rated R by the Motion Picture Association of America. So, all right. Awesome stuff. And so, yes, to bankrupt someone. Also, we say to go bankrupt. Kodak, or what are they called? Not Billboard. I said Billboard. Blockbuster Video went bankrupt, right? They went bankrupt. So, si ponemos un verbo, it's go, okay? So, and we can say it as a verb. They won't bankrupt me, meterme en bancarrota. Excellent job, Chris. Wonderful. Let's see. Born to Iron Man is participating as well. And he says the Osborne Bull billboards first appeared in May 1957, installed at kilometer 55 of the Madrid-Burgos Highway. Great. In fact, I know that one. Lo conozco muy bien. Remember, my wife's family is from Burgos. So I've passed that one many, many times. He says they were eventually becoming a national cultural icon. No doubt about it. The next one, he says, do you know if there's a fee for getting your driver's license? Muy bien. So you said fee. That's a great one. Fee. So we said a rate or a fee. En ese caso son intercambiables. What are your rates? What are your fees? Well, we charge this for a manicure. We charge this for the other thing. Okay, good words to know porque son palabras en uso común, no solo en business, ¿no? Si quieres preguntar cuánto cuesta que vengan a hacer tal cosa en la casa. Okay, what is the rate? The going rate, como se enseñé. So great. And yes, there's always a fee for everything, right? At least if you got to go through the government offices, sure. And lo has dicho la británica, a driving license. Americans say a driver's license. In North America, we say a driver's license. But a driving license is British, just so you know the difference. The next one. He says Enron's $63.4 billion in assets made it the largest corporate bankruptcy in U.S. history until the WorldCom scandal the following year. Hey, you're not just doing it and using it correctly, but you're teaching us some history. Sponsored by Wikipedia. Wikipedia. Born to Iron Manpedia. So yeah, I didn't know that. 1957, the Osborne billboards. Now, the word billboard also is las listas, right? The charts, we say. Oh, this was number 4 on the Billboard charts, porque la revista Billboard era como pues la valla publicitaria de la música. Y de hecho, cuando no quieren que pongas anuncios, no anunciantes. You know, when they do that, they paint a wall. In English, they say post no bills. Post no bills es no se puede anunciar en esta pared. All right, post no bills, que viene de esa palabra billboard. Okay, a billboard. So, yeah, and Enron, there's a great documentary. You can find it on YouTube. It's called The Smartest Guys in the Room, and it's about the Enron scandal. So we looked at the word bankruptcy. We looked at to bankrupt someone, hacer que alguien quiebre, and to go bankrupt, que es declarar bancarrota. Now, other ways we say it in the United States, bueno, esta yo creo que es universal, to go under. So Kodak went under, ¿no? Piénsalo, se han ido abajo. To go under. The company went under. We also say they declared Chapter 11 because in the code, in the United States Code, Chapter 11 is bankruptcy. So a lot of times if you're reading, you know, the Wall Street Journal or you're reading an American publication, well, you'll see that they say they declared Chapter 11. So to go under, the company went under. Vamos a usar un ejemplo de verdad. As I said, Blockbuster eventually, a la larga, went under. They declared Chapter 11. They went bankrupt. All right, so tienes 3 formas de decir eso. All right. And excellent examples. We learned some stuff there, Born to Iron Man, about Enron, WorldCom, and all these huge bankruptcies. Y ahí tenemos el sustantivo, right? A bankruptcy. All right. Let's see. Chris Valrol says, in Spain, it's, te falta T apóstrofe S. In Spain, it's tres anuncios en las afueras. Aha. So what you're telling me, Chris, is there are benefits to knowing the titles of movies in English? Eso es. Correcto. O sea, hay una película, I know we've looked at it here, por ejemplo, que se llama Knocked Up. Vete a saber cómo se llama en español. Pues en inglés, Knocked Up. It's a movie that came out in 2007, starring Seth Rogen, Katherine Hagel, Paul Rudd, and many others. And knocked up means preñar. It's preñada, right? Preñar. En español, mira, lo pone aquí, lío embarazoso. Okay, I get what they're doing there. Lío embarazoso. But sure, if you know the title in English, pues ya sabes decir pregnant. Another, a native way of saying pregnant, right? She got knocked up. She is knocked up, right? Como. So again, even knowing the movie titles can help us learn. And the example I always use there is Die Hard. Die Hard, jungla de cristal. Okay, whatever. Die Hard. Pues Die Hard, it's not easy to kill him, right? John McClane, you can't kill him easily. But also Die Hard means a muerte, right? He's a Die Hard Real Madrid fan. So tiene ese doble significado ahí. My favorite movie translation is Rosemary's Baby. In Spanish, it's La Semilla del Diablo. Okay, well, thanks for spoiling the film. I don't have to watch it now. Yeah, well, no se sabe que el bebé es la semilla del diablo hasta la última escena. So it's like, hello, spoiler alert in the title. So that's another one I love. The Godfather. Bueno, muy bien. Ya sabes decir padrino. ¿Y madrina? Eso es, godmother. Ahijado? Godson. Oh, wow. Solo de coger esa. Yeah. ¿Y ahijada? Pues ya que estamos, goddaughter. So again, you don't even have to watch the movie. Sometimes just knowing the title of the movie can teach you some English. Let's see. Chris says BTI is always teaching us interesting things. Yeah, man. You're like Richard Vaughn. Richard Vaughn is a walking, talking encyclopedia. There's no doubt about it. Folks, we have got to go to a quick commercial break. We are halfway through the show. Jeez. Man. Well, we've got a lot of stuff to cover in the next part of our show. We're going to kick things off with our homophones. Then we'll listen to our Say What soundbite for the third time already. Wow. It's incredible. Plus, we've got Wacky World Records. We've got our Spelling Bee. Name that lyric, name that movie, famous birthdays, double trouble, and much more. So, stick around. Welcome back, folks. Welcome back. This is the second half of today's show with no name. Don't forget to take advantage of our special deals going on right now. Lots of deals. You can even get some complete courses for around $10. Vaya chollazo. What a steal. What a bargain. What a deal. Son tres formas de decir chollo. A bargain. A steal. Sí, aunque en español parece un robo. No, no, no. It's a steal. O sea, está regalado. Como si lo has robado. Right? Because in Spanish, claro, puede ser confuso. Vaya robo. No, no, no. A steal is the same as a deal or a bargain. Un chollo. I'm telling you, you can get a pile of books for 20 euros. That's awesome. And don't forget, our books are so much more than just books. They come with audio. And the most important thing is, if you use those materials correctly, your English is going to improve no matter what. So you can do your, hey, get your Christmas shopping done early for the end of the year. I don't know about you guys. I love to plan ahead. Me gusta planificar las cosas con antelación. When I was younger, I didn't. Now I do. I believe in plans. I believe in organization. Now, if you would talk to the young Alberto, I should say, I'd be like, plans, organization, what's that? What does that mean? I don't know the meaning of those words. And now I live by them. Me guío, me rijo, regirse. Is that how you say that? Por esas cosas. All right, amigos. Although this show seems chaotic, and it is at times, there is order in the chaos. So let's kick things off with our homophones on the show with no name.
Homophones on the show with no name. It's homophones time, cause homophones rhyme. They sound the same on the show with no name. The show with no name. Homophones on the show with no name. Cause homophones time, cause homophones rhyme. They sound the same on the show with no name. The show with no name. The show with no name. The show with no name.
That's right, amigos. Welcome to our homophone section, where we look at words that can be a bit confusing. And maybe these words sound exactly the same. Maybe they don't. Well, A, I want to know if you're familiar with the words first. B, then tell me if they sound exactly the same or not. All right, now the first word is an adjective that has to do with weddings. That's right, weddings. You know, weddings, bodas. Ojo con esta palabra, porque he visto gente escribir weddings. No es doble E, es doble D. Esto lo llamo síndrome de Johnny Depp, porque no es dos E's, sino dos P's. Pues igual, no es wedding, es wedding. Dos D's. So this word in Spanish, nupcial, de novia. So something relating to the bride. Remember the bride and then the groom, right? When I got married, I was the groom. Diana was the bride. So, de novia. Las flores, o sea, es el adjetivo que va delante, ¿no? El séquito de la novia. We call them the party. O sea, las que le acompañan en ese día, ¿no? Y que van de fucsia. Yeah, in the United States, I don't know why, for some reason, there was this obsession with fuchsia at weddings. Yeah, that was a strange one. So yes, relating to the bride, the groom, and or their entourage. Séquito, we use the French word, entourage. So it was a very popular show back in the day, entourage. Y es como diríamos también la fiesta de la novia. Sería shower, que lo llamamos shower. ¿Sabes por qué lo llamamos shower? Because you shower her with gifts. Ah, Luego tienes el suite nupcial, habitación nupcial, tienda de novias. O sea, cuando ponemos delante este adjetivo, significa de novias, de matrimonio. Okay? The second word. Oh, you know the name of that song, right? Here Comes the Bride. Here comes the bride. All right, and the second one is brida, a type of harness, right? That was used with horses. It's also the verb embridar o poner la brida. Okay? Pero también lo usamos en el sentido, in a figurative sense, right? Que es refrenar, controlar. Okay? O sea, cuando mi hija se emociona, I'm like, okay, let's refrenar, controlarnos un poco. Okay? So that is your second word. Again, it's brida, embridar, o poner la brida, someter, sujetar. And also it's to control, excitement, right? Refrenar, controlar. Okay, so those are your words. What are the words? A and B. If I were to say one of these words without context, would you know which word I was saying? Or not, because they sound exactly the same. All right, those are your homophones. We'll take a look at your answer in just a moment. I'm also going to give you the Say What soundbite. Here it is for the third time.
2 of anything on me.
Anything?
And you know what else I've been thinking about? Your birthday. 25's a big one. We got to do it up right. So I'm thinking we should rent a big old car, roll on down to Atlantic City.
¿Te gustaría abrir puertas a nuevas oportunidades y estar listo para cualquier desafío? Con el máster de inglés del Grupo Vaughan podrás transformar tu futuro. Este programa intensivo te ayudará a dominar el inglés profesional, perfeccionar tu comunicación y ganar la confianza que necesitas para conseguir tus objetivos. Nuestros profesores Vaughan especializados te prepararán para afrontar en inglés todas las situaciones de comunicación en un entorno profesional. No dejes que el inglés sea una barrera. Invierte en tu futuro con el máster de inglés profesional del Grupo Vaughan. Llámanos al 91-133-5833 o entra en grupovaughan.com.
That's right, folks. GrupoVaughn.com. Also, make the most of these awesome deals that you've got going on right now. I can't stress it enough. I have never seen any materials at Vaughn for €1. And again, you've got other ones that are 3 something, 5 something, complete courses for around $20. So take a look around and make the most of these special offers. All right, let's go on over here to our chat room and see what our amigos have come up with. All right. Chris Valrol. Chris is the first one to take a stab at it. Chris, the words are correct. And she says they're homophones. I'd say, diría yo. Okay. Let's see. Born to Iron Man also gives us the 2 words. And he says as well, they sound alike. Okay. Voy a decir, le dije al séquito de la novia que se controlasen un poco la emoción. Okay. I told the bridal party that they needed to bridle. I told the bridal party that they needed to bridle. Do they sound the same? Absolutely. So the first one is written bridal, pero viene de la palabra bride, right? The bride. So anything that has to do with the bride is bridal. Some examples. The bridal bouquet. There's another French word. Okay, el ramo de novia, the bridal bouquet. The bridal party, el cortejo. I didn't know that one. El cortejo nupcial. I never heard that. The bridal shower. Okay, this is un anglicismo la fiesta de la novia, ¿no? Antes, como si no le van a dar, como que no le van a dar regalos en la boda, pues hay que darle regalos antes también. Great idea, corporate America. You've also got a bridal store or a bridal shop in England, tienda de novias. The bridal suite. Well, that's where we won't talk about what happens in the bridal suite. You've also got the bridal gown. Another way of saying the wedding dress is the bridal gown, vestido de casamiento. So bridal, bridal se escribe. Now, la segunda se escribe bridle. Okay, bridle, pero se dice igual, bridal. Say it with me, bridal. So let's look at the different uses as well. A horse with only a bridle ran into the road. All right, another one. Pupils at the riding school learn to saddle and bridle their horses. Ahí lo tenemos como verbo. Y aquí lo tenemos como hemos dicho con la emoción, como contrólate. Try to bridle the children's excitement while we're in the car. I'm getting distracted. Okay. Also, otro uso también, bridle, is to react resentfully. Reaccionar con rencor, con resentimiento. Joe bridled to hear his classmates call him a liar. Okay. So the actress bridled at the suggestion that she owed her success to her family name. So there you go, my amigos. They do sound the same. The word bridal, de la novia, nupcial, and brida y embridar. Those words all sound the same. Excellent job, Chris Valrol, and Born to Iron Man. All right, we've got to keep it moving along right now because it's time for Wacky World Records.
Wacky World Records. These are the wackiest records in the whole wide world.
That's right, folks. These are the wackiest, los más chiflados, the wackiest world records in the world. Let's take a look over here and see what we got. Well, I figured, you know what? We can continue with this bridal theme that we were looking at, and we could take a look at the costliest wedding. Costly is another way of saying expensive. So the most expensive or the costliest wedding ever. And this is a wedding that's going to take us over to Moscow. Moscow in 2016. So we're talking 10 years ago, and nobody has broken this record of the costliest wedding under the sun. Well, this was the wedding of Kajia Uskakova and Said Gutseyerev. I know I pronounced those perfectly. I know I did. I know. All right. So Khadija Uskakova and Said Gutseriev. And how much do you think their wedding set them back? Es una forma muy nativa de cuánto les dejó, ¿no? Cuánto dinero les quitó. How much is this going to set me back? ¿No? ¿Cuánto me va a poner en rojo? ¿No? Decir. Well, this wedding cost a staggering, a whopping, significan los dos enorme, sorprendente, a staggering $1 billion US. Now, let me explain something in Spanish. If I'm not mistaken, a billion, our billion is your mil millones. Still, it is a hefty chunk of change. So Said, the groom, right? We already said the groom and the bride. It's funny, when I was younger, I thought it was The Bride and the Broom. Claro, es lo que yo oí. Y no, it's The Bride and the Groom. Well, this guy, Said, he was the son of a Russian oil tycoon. A tycoon is another way of saying a magnate, right? And this guy, Mikhail Gutseriev, spared no expense, okay? He pulled out all the stops, como decimos. Hizo todo lo posible, no se cortó, and he splurged. Hey, that's a word we've been looking at when we're talking about our question of the week. To splurge. Tiró la casa por la ventana. I think that's another way to say this. To splurge. Se escribe splurge. Derrochar, right? Darse un homenaje. Bueno, en este caso a su hijo. Now, in American traditions, it's usually the bride's family that pays. But, well, I guess if your dad is a Russian oil tycoon, well, they're like, hey, you can foot the bill. To foot the bill is pagar la cuenta, especially if that bill is a whopping $1 billion. So, why did it cost so much? Well, aside from eating beluga caviar and drinking Cristal is a very expensive champagne. I'm not a big fan. I know it from the hip-hop songs. Lo conozco, de hecho, de las canciones de hip-hop. Pop a bottle of Cristal. I don't like champagne, personally, or Brut, or any kind of sparkling wine very much. But the bride wore a heavily beaded HEEEEY Saab. I guess that's a designer. You got me. HEEEEY Saab, como la marca de coche. Couture gown. Now, what is this word gown? Well, gown, G-O-W-N, this is a very formal dress, right? When you talk about a gown, you talk about a formal dress, de baile, no vestido de baile, de noche. But also a gown can be una bata, so it can be very informal too, right? I remember my mother used to wear a nightgown, okay? Una bata. Wow. So how do you know the difference? How do we know the difference? You tell me. Context, right? El contexto nos dice todo. If someone is talking about something they sleep in and wear around the house, or something that is haute couture, like the beaded HEEEEY Saab gown. Now, beaded, a bead, es lentejuela, is that how you say it? It's bead. Abalorio. Oh, I didn't know that one. Abalorio. Cuenta. So it had jewelry all over it, these beads, as we said. And are you ready for this? The dress weighed, pesó, ¿cómo me harías la pregunta? ¿Cuánto pesó el vestido de la novia? How much did the bridal gown weigh? It weighed 11.5 kilos. That's right. I can imagine her walking down the aisle like, I need help. Somebody help me drag this thing down the aisle. Yeah, that's right. Also, the cake was 9 feet. 9 feet. Now, 9 feet in centimeters, 274 centimeters tall. That is a seriously huge cake, right? A wedding cake. Also, there were walls, muros enteros, of fresh flowers. And of course, to top it all off, a fleet of Bentleys, una flota de Bentleys, los coches Bentleys. Also, there were performances by J-Lo, Sting, and Enrique Iglesias, as we call him. Do you know what we call him that in the States? Nobody knows how to say his name. They say Enrique Iglesias, like Ingles. And so it became the most expensive wedding in the world. And that was 10 years ago. So that record still hasn't been broken. All right, amigos, it's time to move on to another challenge. It's today's Spelling Bee.
Spelling Bee.
Spelling bee. Spelling bee. Spelling bee. Spelling bee.
All right, folks, this is your spelling bee. As always, this is the part of the show where I'm going to make you sweat a little bit. Vais a sudar un poquitín aquí, especially in our first round where I fly through these words. As always, I'm going to spell them twice. I'll spell them the first time at lightning speed, and then the second time I will slow down to a more normal rate. Para usar la palabra de antes, right? Rate. Otra forma de decir ritmo, pace, rate, or rhythm. Here we go. The first word is WEMBLEY space STADIUM. The second one is FA space CUP. The next one is TWIN space TOWERS. The fourth one is 1985 space LIVE space AID. The fifth one, 82,000. And the sixth one, EMPIRE space STADIUM. I told you I was going to go fast, and you know it. You know that round one is not for the faint of heart. No es apto para cardíacos. All right. Let's see. Going once, going twice. I can't give you too much time here because we've got to go to a commercial break in just a couple minutes. So I'm going to give you another 20 seconds or so, and then we will kick off with round two of today's spelling bee. All right, hang on. It looks like we might have a winner here. Let's see. The first one's correct. The second one, third, fourth, fifth. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for your classmate, Born to Iron Man. Wow. Impressive. Impressive. Also, Chris Valrol. Oh, your number's wrong over there, Chris. But a wonderful effort nonetheless. Here we go. The first one is WEMBLEY space STADIUM. The second one is FA space CUP. The third one, TWIN space TOWERS. The fourth one, 1985 space LIVE space AID. The fifth one is a number, 82,000. And the last one is EMPIRE space STADIUM. I can't go too much slower than that. I think that's fair enough. Lo justo. Well, great job, Born to Iron Man. Chris, except for that number, everything else looks spot on. So we've got to practice our numbers. Yeah, we don't do numbers too often here on the show, but let's be honest, it's important to know numbers. I don't do them because I don't like numbers very much. But I do understand the importance of knowing fractions, decimals, percentages, ordinal numbers, right? First, second, third, fourth, fifth. All right, amigos, we are heading to our final commercial break. We'll be right back with much more show name. So, if I were you, I wouldn't even think of going anywhere. Stick around. Yes, welcome back, folks. Welcome back. I can't believe it. We are in the fourth and final part of today's show with no name. And a quick reminder, send us your question of the week. Are you a big saver or a big spender? Right? Are you somebody who, as soon as the new iPhone comes out, you're like, I need it, gonna go buy it. Don't really need it, but I need it. Or are you somebody who says, I have the same phone for the last 15 years. It's got a broken screen. The battery doesn't charge, but I refuse to spend €1,000 on a new phone. Well, if you are a big saver, now's the time to stop by Von Tienda. We are giving away some of our most amazing materials, including complete courses. That's incredible. Some materials are available for €1. That's incredible. Seriously, I don't think I've ever seen such amazing deals. Stop by our website. It's grupovon.com, and you can get more information about the special deals on our books and materials, and even on courses. In fact, just before, I was taking a look around the website, and there are some special deals on courses as well. Again, if you're on social media, you can follow us there. And that's where you'll get all the information about events, special deals like these, and all that jazz. All right, we are going to kick things off with a challenge here. A challenge that we call Double Trouble.
Double trouble, baby. Yeah, you know what time it is. Give it up. Double trouble. I said double trouble. Double trouble. I said double trouble.
All right, my amigos. We've got a double trouble. And hey, it's not a triple trouble. It's not a double trouble. So I think everybody should be able to figure it out. All right, here we go. Eres la bomba. It also translated it as monda. I've never heard that one. O eres, vamos, me haces reír, me parto contigo. Right? It is la bomba, monda, risa. This is how it was translated by word reference. Hasta cuando estás en un disturbio / motín. Okay? So, the word in English is, a ver, otra, aquí lo pone, Ryan. Yeah. So, very funny, bomba, monda, risa. Okay? And the other usage is disturbio, motín, revuelta. Okay? So eres la bomba, monda, risa, hasta cuando estás en un disturbio / motín. You've got to use the same word twice. Well, that's how this section works. Again, I don't think it's too difficult, but we shall see. by how many people participate. Also, I'm going to give you the Say What soundbite. Here it is for the fourth and final time. The only person who was able to understand it was Chris Valrol. So the rest of you, we got to work on that ear. We got to train that ear because, okay, maybe you don't get all of it, but you should be able to get the gist of it, like Chris Valrol has done. All right, we'll keep working on that ear and training it to understand all different accents in all kinds of different situations under the sun. Here it is for the fourth and final time.
2 of anything on me.
Anything?
And you know what else I've been thinking about? Your birthday. 25's a big one. We got to do it up right. So I'm thinking we should rent a big old car, roll on down to Atlantic City.
Me pregunta el del chiringuito si quiero hacer kitesurf o wakeboard o si prefiero tomarme un bitter cass antes. Me acaba de decir 5 palabras en inglés. Kite, que significa cometa, surf, que es obviamente hacer surf, pero también significa oleaje. Wake, que es estela, en este caso la estela del barco. Board es tabla y bitter es amargo. Y justo antes, cuando le pregunté si hablaba inglés, me dijo,
Pero patatero.
sabemos mucho más inglés de lo que creemos. Solo nos falta asimilarlo y situarlo. Aprende a aprender inglés en cualquier lugar con This Book is the Milk y su secuela, This Book is the Milk 2. Te enseñaremos cómo enfocar el inglés, aprovechando todo el inglés que tenemos alrededor y de una manera divertida y adictiva. The Remilk ahora se llama This Book is the Milk 2 y viene con audio y nueva portada. Descúbrelos ya en vaughantienda.com.
And don't forget about all the special deals that I told you about as well. Definitely go over to grupovon.com and take a gander. Échale un vistazo. All right, let's take a look at what we've got then here. If anybody was able to figure out our double trouble. And let's see, there's Chris. Chris says, you're a riot, even when you're in a riot. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Chris Valrol. That's right, a riot. You're a riot. Me río muchísimo contigo. Or last night was a riot. ¿Cómo nos reímos anoche? Era la bomba. Riot. But also a riot is a public disturbance. It's also the verb. The protesters were rioting all night. There was a riot in the streets. So it's disturbio, motín. It's el verbo amotinarse o organizar un disturbio de estos, right? Also, as we said, it's something that's very funny. Monda, risa, bomba. Also, we've got the expression to read the riot act. Oh, man, what did she say? Oh, she read me the riot act. It's cantar las 40. O sea, es echar una bronca que no veas, okay? She read me the riot act. Also, riot police. Bueno, si riot es un disturbio, what are the riot police? Policía antidisturbios, right? Riot police. And then you've got the expression to run riot. And that means descontrolarse, desbocarse. As soon as the teacher left the room, the kids ran riot. Y eso es que, vamos, se perdió el control. Está, evidentemente, tiene que ver con esa de amotinarse, ¿no? So, excellent job, Chris, knocking it out of the park. You're a riot, even when you're in a riot. All right? Y esto es como una boda. If you're in the riot, you're participating. You're rioting, como es el verbo. If you're at a riot, well, maybe you're just witnessing it. The same thing. If you're in a wedding, you're participating. right? You have some kind of responsibility. If you're at a wedding, you're just another guest. You see the difference? If you're in the hospital, it means you're ingresado. If you're at the hospital, maybe you're just visiting someone. See what I mean? So there's that nuance, matiz, between in and at an event. All right, excellent job, Chris, knocking it out of the park. Also, let's take a look at our spelling bee words. They all had to do with Wembley Stadium. That's right. And why? Well, because today in 1923, Wembley Stadium opened to the public. Wembley, which is one of the most famous stadiums in the world. Bueno, stadiums or stadia. Technically, the word is stadia, el plural, pero nadie lo dice. Everybody says stadiums. But if you find a purist, they'll say, it's actually stadia. I'm like, okay. When I get somebody like that, I'm like, okay, then you got to convince the other 300 million people who are saying stadiums. And when you're done convincing them, then come back and talk to me. So, yes, Wembley Stadium. I've never been. Have any of you been to Wembley Stadium? Well, it opened today in 1923. And aside from being, a place where history has been made time and time again, it also hosted the FA Cup, which is a very, very important game, the FA Cup final, which number one was Wembley Stadium. Number two, FA Cup. It's a British soccer tournament. Number three was Twin Towers. And you're thinking, but what do the Twin Towers have to do with Wembley Stadium? Well, if you've seen the original Wembley Stadium, because it's been renovated a couple different times, it was actually even demolished in 2003, and it was replaced by the new Wembley Stadium. But the first Wembley Stadium had two towers, and they were called the Twin Towers, which I didn't know. And if you look at their original logo, this is before 2003. It was a W with a tower on top of each part of the W. So the Twin Towers, look at that, see? Number four was 1985 Live Aid, which was a fundraising concert, no, para recaudar fondos for farmers in Africa, if I'm not mistaken. And I remember watching that on TV. There were performances. Well, I think probably one of the most famous performances ever happened at Wembley Stadium. You know which one I'm talking about, right? Who am I talking about? All we hear is Radio Gaga, Radio Queen. That's right, Queen at Live Aid. That was 1985. The next number, 82,000. Well, 82,000 was the original. No, 82,000 is the new capacity of the stadium. The original standing capacity was 125,000. Por eso llaman las gradas the stands, by the way. Then it was reduced to around 100,000 when it was made all seating. I think even in England, it was because of soccer, bueno, football as they call it, where they said no more standing at games. And so they got rid of the stands, but the name stayed the same. They're still called La Grada as the stands. So now it's the capacity is, the seating capacity is 82,000. Originally 125, and then it went down to 100, and now where everybody sits, it's 82,000 spectators that can go to that stadium. And the last one, Empire Stadium. Well, what is that? Empire Stadium. Is that like the competition? No, that was the original name. It was not named Wembley until afterwards. At first, the original name, Empire Stadium. Pelé, you know, the famous footballer, he says, Wembley is the cathedral of football. It is the capital of football, and it is the heart of football. Wow. For Pelé to say that, who has played all over the world, wow. Also, you could say that about rock and roll then, too. Freddie Mercury, I mean, Queen, Again, one of the most famous performances, live performances in the history of performances. So there it is, folks. And it all started today in the year 1923, but not under the name Wembley Stadium, but under the name Empire Stadium. All right, it's time to move on. We're going to check out a movie. Name that movie. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, we've got Chris Valrol taking a stab at today's Say What soundbite, and she's missing a few words, but excellent effort. We'll take a look at that in just a bit. Here's today's Name That Movie. In 1930s Chicago, Frankenstein asks Dr. Euphronius to help create a companion. They give life to a murdered woman as the bride. We looked at that word. Sparking romance, police interest, and radical social change. Okay. So, sound familiar? I'll tell you this, the movie came out this year, so it's a very recent movie. In 1930s Chicago, Frankenstein, that's right, the monster, asks Dr. Euphronius to help create a companion. They give life to a murdered woman as the bride, sparking romance, police interest, and radical social change. All right, there you go. Those are your cues, your clues. And let's take a look at the lines here. These are the first lines of the movie. Mary Shelley, that's the creator of Frankenstein. Mary Shelley says, "Knock, knock. Who's there?" "It's me, Mary Shelley, author of Frankenstein. I know everyone loves it, but darlings, that wasn't the half of it. No te cuento ni la mitad. What I wanted to write, what I needed to say, I couldn't. I couldn't even think it. Then I got a cancer of the brain, and I couldn't write at all, so I died. Immediately," cuidado con esa palabra, he oído gente decir immediately, no, immediately. Immediately, I woke to find myself here, wherever the F here is. No he dicho la palabrota. And here I've stayed for centuries, siglos, trying to find some way of getting this tumor, this dream, this story out of my head. Darlings, something is cracking. Algo está pasando. The words are beginning to come. Is it a ghost story? A horror story? Or, most frightening of all, a love story? And ladies and gentlemen, Chris got it. It's The Bride, La Novia. And it's funny because the tagline is, "Here comes the mother effin' bride." Here comes the bride. And it was directed by Maggie Gyllenhaal. It stars Jesse Buckley, Christian Bale, Annette Bening, and many others. And it came out just this year. All right, we need to move on. It's time for You're Joking.
Thank you. Okay, what did the guy say when he walked into the bar? Ouch. Ouch. You get it? Ouch. He walked into the bar. You're joking.
That's right, folks. You're joking. Let's see if you get these jokes. I figured we could stick with the whole wedding vibe since we were talking about bridal things and the movie was The Bride. So here goes. Did you hear about the two spiders who just got engaged? To get engaged es comprometerse. Did you hear about the two spiders who just got engaged? Yeah, I heard they met on the web. No, en internet, the web, the World Wide Web, but also web es telaraña. Did you hear about the two spiders who got engaged? They met on the web. Okay. All right. One more. What was the best part of the wedding? The reception. It really took the cake. The reception is la fiesta. And it really took the cake. Se llevó la tarta, se llevó la palma. Man, your wedding was great, but the reception really took the cake. Yeah, to take the cake it's the best part. Or it could be the worst part if we're saying it in an ironic, sarcastic kind of way. All right, I know they're not the best jokes in the world, but you're lucky that section is short and sweet. I hope you understood the jokes, and if you didn't, well, now you do. It's time to celebrate, though. We're not celebrating a wedding. We are celebrating birthdays.
Birthdays for you. Birthdays for me. Birthdays for everyone on the show with no name. Birthdays for him. Birthdays for her. Birthdays for everyone on the show with no name.
All right, let's take a look. Number one, this Spanish actress. That's right, from Spain. Well, she has been acting since she was 16 years old. She was in the movie Jamón, Jamón, Belle Époque, Open Your Eyes, Don Juan, The Girl of Your Dreams. Just recently, she was in The Bride, the one with The Bride of Frankenstein. Today's named that movie. And yeah, she's been in so many movies. Vicky Cristina Barcelona, Vanilla Sky, Blow, Pirates of the Caribbean, Murder on the Orient Express. Let's put it this way. This woman is probably the most famous Spanish actress ever, I would say. All right? Number two, this woman was born in 1953, an American singer, songwriter, guitarist, and producer. And she is best known as one of the vocalists, bassist, and guitarist of the group Sonic Youth. I remember listening to them a lot when I was a teenager. Sonic Youth. It was about rebellion, this teenage rebellion. So it was perfect. And last but not least, this American model and actress was born in 1981. She came to fame in Dark Angel, which was a series that she played a character in. And, well, her cinematic breakthrough came for a role that she played in the movie Honey. But she was in many, many others. Fantastic Four, Valentine's Day, Good Luck Chuck, Silver Surfer, and so much more. Ladies and gentlemen, we've got a winner. Here she is, Chris Varrol. Number one, Penelope Cruz. Así es como lo decimos en mi país. Penelope Cruz. Number two, Kim Gordon from Sonic Youth. And number three, Jessica Sunrise. Yeah, Jessica Alba, no? All right, let's go on over to our Say What soundbite. This is Jessica Alba in her breakthrough role in the movie Honey in 2003. And they're talking about celebrating her friend's 25th birthday. And she says, two of anything on me. Pídete dos de lo que quieras, invito yo. Two of anything on me. Y la otra dice, anything? He says, and do you know what else I've been thinking about? ¿Y sabes qué más he estado pensando? Your birthday. 25's a big one. Es uno importante. We've got to do it up right. Hay que hacerlo bien. No, hay que hacerlo al máximo. We've got to do it up right. I'm thinking we should rent a big old car and roll on down to Atlantic City. So as Chris said, yes, it's about a road trip. Here we go. Here's birthday girl Jessica Alba.
2 of anything on me.
Anything?
And you know what else I've been thinking about? Your birthday. 25's a big one. We got to do it up right. So I'm thinking we should rent a big old car, roll on down to Atlantic City.
All right. Awesome job, folks. Wonderful job as always. Thank you so much for learning and laughing with me every day. We're going to say goodbye with a song by Sonic Youth since it's Kim Gordon's birthday. The song is called Teenage Riot. And you guys are a riot. Como hemos visto esta palabra, pues ya sabes qué significa. Thank you so much, and we'll be back tomorrow with more. Ciao for now. Come on. Here we go.